Hello everyone and welcome back to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I'm doing a reading for the sign of Pisces for the mid-December time period, or for the time period of when you hear this message through the end of December. Please remember that this is a general reading. There will be parts that do not resonate. Only take the parts that do and leave the rest. You may also want to check out your other signs as well. I've already meditated on the cards. I've already shuffled the cards. And this is a spread that I have for you today, dear Pisces. In the past position, we have the Ten of Cups, clarified by the Six of Swords. In the obstacle position, we have the Sun, clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. In the present position, we have the Nine of Wands, clarified by the Two of Pentacles. And in the future outcome position, we have the Six of Wands, clarified by the Five of Wands. The past position, we have the Ten of Cups, and that is a really wonderful family card. Ten of Cups suggests that in the past you may have had strong emotional bonds that really had effect on your identity, really built an important foundation for you as well. It could be that you had a really wonderful upbringing, free of conflict, free of difficulties. It could be that in not so distant past you had a celebration or achievement and you had people around you to kind of help you and support you and be there for you to celebrate as well. It symbolizes bonds that we have that help us, form our own identity, that help us form our own individuality. It's definitely a very communal card as well, because we have several people in the Ten of Cups, suggesting that it's not just you that feels or felt at some point in the alignment of the universe, but it was a group of people, and it was a communal sort of sense of happiness, which is a really beautiful kind of card. We do, in the clarifier position, have the Six of Swords. The swords are a suit of challenges. As we know, swords can symbolize hurtful words as well. But the Six of Swords, first, it's good that it's in the past position, but the Six of Swords definitely suggests that there may have been a bit of a disagreement with someone in your family, or someone that you consider to be your family. Do remember that family takes all different shapes and forms. So it could be like a group of friends that you consider your family as well. The Six of Swords is a card of departure from conflict situation to a calmer situation. The good thing is that there are several people in this card, suggesting that you have people who are supporting you and want you to be successful. But it could be that there was a bit of a disagreement with some family members or with some friends, and some forgiveness had to kind of take place. Some working on, perhaps on healing communication and things and whatnot, but definitely there was a bit of a distance that was created as a result of a bit of a disagreement, which definitely continues to affect you a little bit. Otherwise it wouldn't show up in the reading. So there may be something that is not resolved with one or two family members or one or two friends. You may want to kind of go ahead and work that out so that that energy does not follow you, if you will. Now, in the obstacle position, we have the Sun, which is a really positive card, and even in the obstacle position, it is still a really positive card. The Sun suggests that you may feel like, if there is a time period where things are going okay and somewhat steady, the divine here reminds you through the Sun card that you need to use that time, and you need to make sure that it is not wasted. So, if you're able to build up resources, if you're able to, because life is all about cycle, right? After the sun comes the moon. So, if you may be on top of the wave at some point, you're going to be at the bottom of the wave, because it's all about duality and it's all about cycle in the physical world that we live in, of course. So definitely, it's an omen from the divine that things will be quite well, and also right after the first of the year, you're going to feel a surge of power. You're going to feel a lot of recognition coming your way as well, which of course is the effects of the sun. The sun is a really positive card, but sometimes we have to remember that too much positive is also not so good. If you have a garden but you only have the sun, and no water, no rain, then things cannot grow. So challenges are important. They're a privilege and they're a test to make us kind of succeed and level up and ascend, if you will. It is clarified, the sun is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. Pentacles usually point to financial aspect of things, so definitely make sure you are keeping a tight control over your finances and budgeting well, and not overspending on gifts or having people come over, and because sometimes gatherings can also be quite expensive. But definitely make sure that you have a control and strategy and plan as far as the money side of things goes. It could be that you're feeling a little bit disappointed, because the Eight of Pentacles in the obstacle position suggests you may not be seeing a reward that you were hoping to have, and putting in a lot of hard work but not really seeing it pay off. But definitely the Eight of Pentacles is also about, maybe for some of you, kind of being, not focusing on work as much, and especially around the holidays, that can be true, where people are in that holiday mood and they don't really want to put in the effort and they don't really want to put in the work, but the divine reminds you that you want to work consistently, as it is very important in order for you to move closer to your goals. Now, in the present position, we have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is a minor arcana card, and it definitely suggests that you may feel like you've been kind of putting in a lot of effort, because this person, is standing here holding his ground and, sticking to what he or she believes in, even though there may be, and he's sort of looking to the side because he knows there's going to be challenges coming towards him. So definitely you may find yourself feeling tired closer to the end of December. You may feel like you're not really wanting to continue, but it's really important to persevere, to stay dedicated, to continue focusing on the task at hand and making sure that you work continuously really hard. We do see that you'll be juggling some things towards the end of December, because the Two of Pentacles is a card where you have to juggle priorities and goals and dreams, and also there will be some anxiety, as we see in the background here. The water is going up and down, suggesting that you may feel a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit, maybe a little bit of anger, maybe a little bit of resentment, but you're moving in the right direction. And we know that because in the future outcome position, we have the victory. Six of Wands is victory. It is recognition. It is popularity. It's success. It's achieving what it is that you want. But we do remember that when success comes about, there's always, we see all these other people in this card. To me, it suggests that sometimes when you're successful and when you're victorious, there may be a few people who may think differently. Perhaps some people don't agree with the victory that you will find yourself in, and they have something to say about it. We know that because we have the Five of Wands here, which is definitely a card sometimes interpreted as a card of conflict, definitely a card of disagreement, definitely verbal arguments, oral arguments for sure, as a result of not seeing the same perspective as people who are in your day-to-day life. So definitely, while there is victory, it does seem that it comes at a cost a little bit. Because other people, will definitely present a little bit of opposition, but it's not going to be really kind of powerful, because the wands, after all, are not swords. Swords are kind of hurtful, if you will. Wands are a bit of a warning, if you will, whereas swords are really unpleasant, kind of at times backstabbing, if you will. Let's see what energy oracle cards I pulled, and we have hostilities, Angel of Strength, and Man holding a coin. Definitely, just because you have the hostilities card does not mean that you should engage. However, we are out of Scorpio season, so if you do feel like you need to protect, your territory, do speak up for yourself. Make sure that other people understand that you also have boundaries, you also have expectations, and therefore, you are in your own right to fight for those, if you will. Usually when we receive strength, for me it means that there's always going to be a bit of a difficult moment, so watch out for that, Pisces. Towards the end of December, there may be a little bit of a stressful moment that is somewhat unexpected, because the divine here is sending you an angel suggesting that you want to stay strong and you want to stay powerful. And usually the angel of strength is calm regardless of what is happening on the outside. And for that, of course, meditation is important, to remember to shut off the white noise and be able to see what is truly important in a situation. Now, we do have a man holding a coin as well. It could be a friend or a relative or someone that really cares about you. Could be a coworker as well. They may be giving you advice regarding finances, and we know that you need it because you do have the Two of Pentacles in the present position, which suggests that your budget, your money situation may be tight, and that you are going to have to maybe pinch a few pennies together in order to make sure that everything is covered. So it's really handy to have someone who can provide very much needed advice, and perhaps even a loan. Let's see if we can clarify some of this with the three answers from angels I pulled. We have success with an exclamation point, listen to your intuition, and be assertive. Very, very important. I think these are really brilliant cards. Success with an exclamation point suggests to me that regardless of what difficulties you may encounter towards the end of December, you will overcome them. And frankly, the spread does not have any red flags, if you will, for me. So there's absolutely no reason you should not be successful. You are powerful, Pisces. You're incredibly smart. You're incredibly versatile. So use those to your advantage. And be assertive. Don't ask. Tell people what you expect and what you want and how you want it as well. You are well within your right to do so, as long as you're polite, as long as you're courteous. You don't need to sort of, ask repeatedly for something. Sometimes being assertive lets people know right away that you're not kind of compromising your boundaries, if you will. And do make sure that you listen to your intuition, because sometimes I had a friend the other day tell me, "Oh, I wanted to go buy a car, but then I got cold feet and I left without purchasing it." And I said to my friend, that's your intuition speaking. Make sure that you listen to your intuition because, for that friend, I told him that, something that is better is reserved for you. That's why you got cold feet. That's why you had that pang in your stomach, if you will. Do listen to your intuition, and it will guide you in the right direction, even though it may not seem so at the time. And again, in order to listen to your intuition, you have to meditate, generally on a daily basis, in order to develop, because when you meditate on a daily basis or a weekly basis, you develop that inertia, you develop that kind of surge of power that carries you through. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Pisces. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas and New Year's, and I hope everyone stays healthy and happy. And again, thank you so much for visiting. I will see you next time.